6 of the most hilarious Wheel of Fortune blunders in history of the game show. Mispronunciations, unfamiliarity with plays, shows, songs included in some of biggest wheel mistakes. Pat Sajak, along with his trusty sidekick, Vanna White, have been welcoming contestants to the Wheel of Fortune stage for decades. For many, they are able to walk away with their dignity intact and a large check in their pocket. Others don't have the same luck. Maybe it's the pressure of the environment, the bright lights around them, or the large sums of money on the line. Whatever the case, some crack under the pressure and experience a rather embarrassing moment on television. There have been many memorable moments, good and bad, in the history of Wheel of Fortune. Here are a few of the biggest blunders. 1. The mythological hero who? Unfortunately for Indiana University freshman Julian, he had one of the biggest blunders in Wheel of Fortune history. This player was on the show in 2014. With the $1 million wedge in hand, Julian had every letter of the puzzle filled out. All he had to do was read the answer aloud. When Julian read out the puzzle, which was mythological hero Achilles, he pronounced the Greek war hero as Achilles. After a slight pause, the buzzer sounded and the game continued on to the next player, who pronounced the name correctly. Even though the contestant lost his chance at the million from this mistake, he was the overall winner of the game. 2. It's a self-potato. You've probably heard of a self-portrait, but have you heard of a self-potato? This mistake happened during a toss-up round in 2009. The category was Thing. S_LF_PO_T____T was how the board read when contestant Lolita buzzed in with the answer self-potato. She immediately knew her mistake and apologized with a laugh once the words left her mouth. Contestant Michael quickly buzzed in, providing the correct answer, self-portrait. The mistake was laughed off by the contestants and Sajak. 3. What play? Wheel of Fortune, contestant Kevin's unfamiliarity with the Tennessee Williams play A Streetcar Named Desire hurt him in 2017. The whole puzzle was filled out, except for the letter M in named. Kevin went to solve the puzzle, but instead of guessing a letter M to complete the title, he ended up guessing a K to spell out A Streetcar Naked Desire. The guess was met by gasps in the audience. Lisa spun the wheel next and correctly guessed an M to solve the puzzle. Kevin later appeared on The Ellen Show, where he explained that he focused in on that one word and knew that it had to be either an M or a K. His wife was also in the audience and explained that she wasn't familiar with the play either. He was awarded $5,000 on Ellen. 4. The Johnny Cash Mix-Up. Many people are familiar with the famous Johnny Cash song, I Walk the Line, but that title just didn't come to Natasha in 2013. With nearly $10,000 on the line and just a few letters missing, the contestant guessed, I Have the Wine by Johnny Cash. At least she got the Johnny Cash part right. 5. I'll go with a G. This was a recent Wheel of Fortune fumble that happened during a Teen Week edition of the show. In 2023, 10th grader Kushi had just an S missing from a puzzle to spell out fresh tropical fruit. I'll go with a G, Kushi said on the show, leading to a very audible what from an audience member. Juliana was up next and correctly solved the puzzle, which was not frag tropical fruit, as Kushi guessed. 6. Not a fan of talk shows. Regis Philbin and Kelly Ripa spent many years as talk show co-hosts on Live with Regis and Kelly. During Armed Forces Week in 2010, contestants struggled to get the proper pronunciation of the hosts' names. The first to guess was Shane, who mispronounced Philbin's name by saying Philburn. The next player, Lee, guessed a Y but then spun a bankrupt before it was George's turn to play. George first bought a vowel, the letter I, and an A before he took a shot at solving. Luckily, Shane was not alone in his mistake as George mispronounced the leading lady's last name, pronouncing it Ripa. The power went back to Shane, who took his second shot at solving but missed again. He pronounced Philbin's name as Philmin. It was back to Lee once again. After guessing the letters H, B, and K to finish the puzzle, he read out the names but was wrong again, pronouncing Ripa's name incorrectly, saying Ripe. After many mistakes, George was the one who finally got it right. At least these three all share the blame for this blunder.